Davide Chinellato, NBA Italy. Kyrie, you're back home. How much of the 41 points you score in Game 5 will help you in Game 6?
None of it. Not really even thinking about that game right now. As soon as the buzzer ended in Game 5, all I could think about was preparation for Game 6, watch some film, and next 24 hours would be just solely focused on how we can be better for Game 6.
Next seat inside.
Kyrie, Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch. I just wonder, the way the offense worked the other night, how much of that is sustainable going forward? You scoring that much, LeBron scoring that much, is that sustainable on a night-by-night basis, or was that just a fantastic night for both of you?
As a competitor, you want to sustain it. You want to have, obviously, you want to have a big night, especially playing on this platform. But you know, sometimes it can go either way, and you have to be willing to play through both ways and remain confident in what the game plan is, offensively and defensively. And if we stay that course, and you know, we feel pretty good that we put ourselves in a great position to be in the game. So for us, it's just about coming out with that aggressive mindset, pushing in transition, and getting easy opportunities that we could take advantage of.
Michael, back left.
Kyrie, what kind of mental adjustment did you have to make the moment you knew that you weren't going to have to be the savior for this franchise when LeBron and Kevin Love came? And how much do you feel being in this environment has expedited your growth?
It's been expedited substantially, just from the standpoint of having a leader like Bron coming in, a championship winner, and then you know, you have a perennial all-star in Kevin. You know, that he's been a franchise player for however many years he was in Minnesota, and then we try to make it work with the different pieces, and we come in and you just learn from different guys that I still have great relationships with that have either left the team or are still on the team now, which has been great for my development. But you know, having those guys come back and garner the attention that we have, you know, having the guys that we have, it's been great because we get everyone's best shot. You know, it flipped roles when I went from going from the team that was trying to steal a win in a great team's building to a sold out arenas, everyone's, you know, coming to watch us play, and that was just it was a flip. It was a complete 180 from coming in and, you know, spotted fans being in there to everyone just coming to see us play, and we're getting all this attention. So it was a flip side which I had to get used to, which I'm still not necessarily used to all the way. But I mean, it's part of the game, and everyone wants to see the great players play on a great platform. So.
And it's the environment that you've craved. I mean, just to be on this stage.
Absolutely. Since, you know, my rookie year, trying to just be on a great team, and we know we have great management, great ownership, and then when you put great players on one team, and you know, this is what I wanted to be a part of right here, the magnitude of this moment of being with these great guys in the locker room, a great team, just fighting for a championship. That's what I want to be a part of.
Tim, over here.
Tim Reynolds of the AP. Kyrie, with Andrew being out for 6 and 7, the impact, obviously, that he has defensively, they can't necessarily replace that. How will that change the way you guys approach what you want to do offensively tomorrow night?
It won't really change. You know, having that rim protection, though, is big for them with Andrew. So we understand that. And for us, we, you know, we'll stick with our offensive game plan, understanding that he won't be in there, but they'll have to make adjustments as well as us. So we'll be prepared.
And on a different note, the extra day of travel that you guys get this year, the extra day off when you guys have to travel cross country, what kind of a boost has that been for you guys, just in terms of getting some semblance of maybe normal rest?
It's been beneficial for me for sure. I think I hope my teammates can say the same. You know, that 4.5-hour flight coming from the West Coast and getting adjusted back to the time, it could take a toll on everybody. But I mean, I love the extra day. You know, just coming in, able to get some work in and get treatment when you need to and prepare for the game. You know, I know the NBA and I know the fans would like to see all of us at our best, and that extra day is beneficial.
Joe in the front.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Kai, going back to Game 4, did you guys feel after that one that might have been a game that you let slip?
I feel like there were just a lot of mistakes that we made that we definitely could have controlled. offensive rebounding, just defensive execution, offensive execution, in terms of our spacing, especially down the stretch, things that we definitely can control. We felt that game 4, they took advantage of a lot of our mistakes, and that's what a great team does.
So I guess if you take that 5-minute stretch out and look at games 3, 4, and 5, you guys have been playing pretty well. And I don't know where you are on the idea of momentum carrying from one game to the next, but do you feel like coming into game 6 that you guys have put together some good games?
We have, but you have to sustain it. And if we sustain it, we feel like we're in a great position. But if we don't, then we put ourselves in a game 4 position. And only thing that matters is wins or losses. And I mean, I'm big in momentum, but it's so shifty sometimes. It could, minute to minute, second to second, it can change. So I'm just about offensive execution, defensive execution, and sticking to our game plan.
And then one more follow-up on that. When you were down 3-1, how much did you still think that you can win the series versus just trying to compartmentalize and think about the one game at a time approach?
That's all I did, was take it one game at a time. That's it. I couldn't really think about the what ifs or what could happen, what should happen. I can't really think of that. All I'm really thinking about is the moment that we're in and taking advantage of it.
Over here, Al.
Al Sarasovic, San Francisco Chronicle. You talked about Bogut a little bit. I'll follow on that. With him out of the game, do you think that opens things up for you guys to get to the hoop, to the rim a little more than usual? And then you have Draymond Green coming back after his suspension. Can you talk a little bit about what you expect to change in terms of the Warriors' style of defense with his return?
Well, those are two great defensive presence guys for their team. We understand that. Andrew's a big part of that. But I feel like majority of the minutes that have been played has been with a lot of the small lineups that both teams have, with Draymond at the 5, or Tristan at the 5, and then Bron at the 4, and so on to the guys that have been on the floor. So it'll be about matchups and who can better effectively execute their offense. That's what it really comes down to, and who's getting stops. But Draymond coming back, he's a big emotional leader for their team, and we expect him to bring a lot of energy. So,
Over on the left.
Kyrie, Hayden Grove, Scout.com. Obviously, last year you weren't around essentially on the floor for Game 6, but do you sense a difference in this time around and last time around between the camaraderie or just the way that you guys are playing, and if there's a difference between this year and last time?
I can say from actually being here, before I was in my hospital bed, so I didn't really know what was, all I was doing was trying to text the guys and call them, and then I believe I came back for Game 3 or Game 4 when I walked in with my crutches. So that was the first time I had seen the guys since I got hurt. So I just, tried to give as much wisdom as I could. But, for me, it was too emotional to be around the team at that time last year. So actually being in it, being in the fight, being in the locker room is very important. And understanding that as one of the leaders on the team, you want to be playing. But sometimes it could be a little bit too much if you're injured or something like that. So, but this time around definitely feels different, just being out there and being able to play.
Thanks. Coach Lou will be right up.